guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today with a brand new Hawaiian shirt and the fourth round of the Swiss Railway Championship. So after a loss I had the black pieces and I was forced to win to have a chance for the podium. So I had the black pieces, I played Sicilian, and this I prepared everything. But here he played bishop b5. I expected actually that he plays the g3 line, d5, bishop g2 and so on. But okay, bishop b5, it's another main move. So knight to d4, short castle a6, bishop d3, everything is well-known theory. And here I mixed a bit stuff up. I played d6, which is not good. Better would be either knight to e7, and after capture, knight e2, knight c6. Or knight c6 going back, and after bishop goes to e2, knight f6, we can transform into an open Sicilian again. So I played d6 and then he captured, which was correct. And after knight e2, I played e5. And now we see already a bit the problem of the structure that I chose. White has already castled and two minor pieces developed, and I have at the moment nothing. So for me the main thing now is to develop my pieces. So he also played correctly, c3, capture, and then recapture. He could have played with d pawn and then playing against the weak d6 pawn, but he decided for a different approach like b takes c3, which is also completely reasonable. So knight f6, bishop c2, bishop e7, d4, queen c7, h3. So here I caught a bit up in terms of development, but the problem is white's center is just really strong, and that will be a problem during the entire game. Play b5 with idea bishop b7, bishop g5. It was a bit of a surprising move to me. I calculated f4, short castle, f5, and that I didn't like that much. The computers say, you don't have to worry about it. Because I just thought that this is completely winning for white, with h4, g5 and this pawn avalanche, but actually it's not that strong as I had in mind or that I evaluated it. So bishop g5, h6, capture, and then f4. Then I played bishop e6, continue development. I wanted also provoke a bit d5, that I can go back with bishop and that his bishop on c2 is not doing a lot. He captured like that and created a pass pawn. Queen c5 check, Zwischenschach, king h1, bishop d7. And now we have quite an interesting position because I have the bishop pair. At the moment this bishop doesn't do that much besides protecting the pawn. His bishop is neither the strongest, but he always have this idea, and he has a semi-open rook file and a passed pawn on d5. So he continued with rook f3, rook c8, knight to g3, and here I just never wanted to castle, because by castle we always have to calculate something like this and something like this. Then you just have to calculate quite well. I decided for a different approach. I played h5. The threat here is actually to play bishop g4 in order to win material. Because let's say if he just makes a move like a3, bishop g4, capture, and then suddenly white will get checkmated, and if he can't capture he will just lose material. So be careful here with the white pieces. He saw it. I also expected that. Played queen f1. Again, with the potential idea of sacrificed in exchange. That's why rook h6. Bishop b3. And then I should have played king f8 and then running with the king there in safety. And this is a drawish position, actually. There's not a lot to play for. So a5, a4, that was a bit of wrong plan because I give him counterplay on the b file and c file. And his king is now quite safe and my king is not. So here I had to play really accurate, so I exchanged the rooks. Then I played h4. And after this, played rook g6, queen c3. And here is quite also an important moment. White tries to exchange the queens. Yeah, the position is quite balanced. So there are different options. d6 is always something that is in the air. Maybe not now because we can capture on e4. But you always have this idea of capturing here or just playing with the queen like that. So after rook g6, he exchanged the queens. So I captured, then I captured on f5, captured, played rook g3, and it's opposite colored bishop, so it's pretty drawish. And I also thought to offer a draw here, actually. But there was one thing I saw in this position and that I wanted to play for. The idea is if I will win this pawn somehow, I have quite good winning chances because this pawn is quite advanced. So how did I try it? King e7, king f1, king d6, king e2, activating everything. And now I played e4. e4 is necessary that the king can't just go there and grab the pawn. And it's not that easy, and it's not that easy actually to win the e4 pawn. Because let's say he plays king e3, I protect the pawn, and then he attacks it. Then I have bishop c5, and the king needs to go back. And then I can choose actually which pawn I can grab. So e4 was necessary to play in order to achieve something. And yeah, black can't really lose this position. White technically neither, but for white it's a bit harder to play. So here white played king d1, which is completely fine. Bishop d8. And the idea here is if I play it immediately, the king on e5 to grab the pawn, he has the strong move d6. Because I can grab this pawn and he can grab here, but then I don't really have winning chances with this poor pawns, because this one alone won't win anything. This one I can't attack, so that's the reason why it's not really possible to play for something. That's why first bishop d8, and after king comes back I played f6, with now the idea that he doesn't have the option of d6, because d6 I just ignore and grab this pawn. Or I give first a check that the king has to go back again, and then I grab the pawn. Something like that. That's why the setup with bishop d8 and f6 was really important. So that was also what was played in the game. He played king e2. Then I grabbed on f5. It's important to grab on f5 and not on d6. because otherwise he can again block everything, and when we win the f5 pawn, we have later the idea with this pawn push. So bishop c4, king e5, d7, f5, bishop a6. Here I just didn't want that he has some kind of bishop c8 and then attacking this pawn. So I played king d7, bishop b5, f4, bishop a6, bishop d8, now with the threat again of capturing. But here we have to be careful, because after bishop b7, if we would play e3, it would be completely drawish, because everything is on black, so it's quite easy to defend for white. Even if I would win the d7 pawn, and would be 2 pawns up, but I have to make a breakthrough on the white squares. So that's why I played king e5, and after king d2, that was the last mistake. You can pause the video if you want to try to find it by yourself. What is the winning move for black? The winning move for black is f3. And the idea is, when he captures, we're not capturing back, because otherwise we just lose a pawn. But the problem is, if he captures, we can play g2, and there's no way to stop the promotion. If he doesn't capture and play king e1, then we can capture here, and the double pawn secures the game, because he can't stop it. f2 would be again a horrible mistake, because king f1, everything is on black, so no pawn breakthrough. So yeah, we won here after f3, so I was really happy and relieved, because by entering the endgame it didn't look like I can win it, but when you always try it and push it, sometime it will pay off. And with this victory I was quite happy and went into a last round. That was an all or nothing round, and what I made there you will see in the next clip. Take care guys, see you soon, and enjoy your own chess games.